podcast. Habla un artista. On this episode, Ritina Ansurkar from Tennessee, United States. Hi, good day. This is a new episode of Habla un artista. On this episode, I am glad to present Ritina Ansurkar. She is original from India, but she lives in the States. So, Ritina, thank you so much for being in here. And we met via LinkedIn, and I was so impressed by your paintings. So, can you tell us a little bit more how it this started? That love for painting, how everything started for you?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's always been like painting is, I think it's in my blood itself. So it's been a hobby since I was a kid. Like I've always loved to paint. And I'd say I started off by drawing. So drawing was one thing I used to really like a lot. And I used to just paint because it was a hobby. I used to win competitions at school level and college level also. And it just kind of escalated slowly as time passed. And that time we were in India, so I couldn't really do much because I had my job where I was working 9 to 5. So after in 2016, 2018, we came to the US. And I came here, and my son was already studying in Italy at that time. So I came here, and I didn't have anything really to do. My husband used to go to office in the morning, and I was left in the house doing nothing. So I said, why not just pick up my hobby, just for the sake of a hobby, not for any professional. Like I didn't want to use it as a profession. So I started painting. I started collecting paints and brushes, and started off on paper, I'd say, like simple cartridge paper. The first few drawings I did were really, first few paintings I did were really terrible. But of course, for that time, people liked them. So I started for about, I think, 6 to 8 months. And then I realized my friends and family and everybody started appreciating my artwork a lot. So because of that, then I said, okay, let's give it a try on canvas. So the first time I painted on canvas was in, I think, 2019, around January or so. So that was my first canvas painting. And I sold that painting to one of my friend, like kind of. So, and then I realized, okay, so this people really do like my work. So maybe I can convert this into a profession. Of course, that time it was like, since I was very new and doing all these things, I was in that kind of a learning stage. I still am. I wouldn't say that learning ever finishes. So it just goes on and on. And I used to watch YouTube videos of other artists. If you want me to name a few, I'd say one person I learned a lot from was John Min Lisundra. He's a Chinese artist, and he's an acrylic artist. So he shows you each and every brush stroke, like which brushes to use, which paints to use, the combination of artwork, the combination of colors to create a certain hue, and how to create different brush strokes to make the artwork look more like realistic, I'd say. So that was one artist. Another I would mention is Michael James Smith. He's an artist from UK. So his artworks are amazing. Like they look like photographs. So that is what I used to like to do a lot. I like to create artwork that looks very photorealistic.
Yeah.
So I started slowly doing that, and it's been about 5 years, I guess. I've been painting. Uh, and I would say I have reached a certain like kind of uh, level of
Yeah.
now, won a few awards. Yeah,
But that's fantastic, because pretty much you're self-taught. You're not like
totally self-taught.
you're
I
not
have
having
never
go to college or anything like that
no, and
to
neither have I had classes in school or college also where they teach art. So but the only thing I'd say over here is that I am from My father was a very good artist. He was a portrait artist, so maybe I got his genes, I guess. So, but I'm the only artist in the family. So I have
Okay.
two brothers, but they are not good at painting or drawing or anything.
Yeah, but that's there is a saying, no, that to become a perfectionist or to become a master, you need to keep
Yeah.
practicing, practicing,
Oh, yes,
practicing.
definitely. That is one thing I would really like kind of say and tell anyone who's getting into the art industry is that there's no thing that can go away. You just have to practice. That is the only thing. Practice will only make you perfect. Nothing
Ex-
else.
Exactly. And for example, every time that you start like doing a new painting or
Mhm.
uh, what's your inspiration? Because sometimes I know I have talked to several artists during the years, and sometimes, at some point they get blocked, but then suddenly in the middle of the night they just wake up and okay, oh my God, I have all the motivation and
Yeah,
I,
that happens with me a lot too. So there are times when like all of a sudden you feel I want to paint, but I just can't find my subject. So it's like you're stuck there. Frankly, I go on Pinterest because I love the pictures there. So sometimes I pick up pictures from Pinterest, which I really like, but I don't copy it exactly. I
Mhm.
like mix and match kind of and do what I want to do with the artwork. But I take like maybe if it's a landscape and it's a barn or something, maybe I'll pick up the barn from a picture that I've seen on Pinterest and add that into my painting. So, but most of the time for me, it's like I paint pictures that since we came to America, like we started doing a lot of hiking. I stay in Tennessee, so it's a really beautiful place. So we used to hike a lot. We still do, and whatever photographs we take, I usually paint those. Like I prefer painting those. So that's what I do. So I get my inspiration from there, I would say. And frankly, I like painting landscape art,
Mhm.
but I prefer to be versatile. Like I paint anything that I find aesthetically beautiful. So it could be it literally there was a day when I was painting something else and I had a big mess on my table, my artist table. Lots of tubes of color and brushes all scattered all over, and my scale and my palette knives and my bowl of water and everything. So like and somehow that colorful mess looked really nice to me. So I just stood up on a chair and I took a like kind of a picture of that and I painted that too. And it turned out really beautiful. So like I would usually paint anything that I find interesting, like or aesthetically beautiful.
Mhm.
I definitely go for that.
Okay, so basically, like you can paint something that because you can see every day, but then you find the beauty on that
In that,
specific
yes, definitely.
frame.
Right. Like another occasion I would say is like we have a bust of Abraham Lincoln in the house. So it was close to a window and there was an artificial tree just behind it. So I remember in the morning the sunlight from the window was like kind of falling on half the bust. And so you could see just half the face clearly. The other half was in the dark. And the half that was in the light, the leaves just above that of the tree, those were looking so pretty, like bright greens and all. So I just took a picture of that and I painted that. So I sold that painting also. One lady from, I think, Florida itself. So she bought that painting.
Oh, well, see,
Yeah.
you find beauty and
Yeah, it's like it depends like what you might find beautiful, but I can paint anything, absolutely.
definitely. And what do you feel more connected, like nature or
Nature.
animals or
Um, I wouldn't say animals that much. I would love to paint animals, but I prefer painting just landscapes, like
okay.
without the animal. I do add animals sometimes to my artworks,
Hmm.
but it's not going to be that the animal is the main subject of my artwork.
Okay.
I rather would go into just landscapes. So for me, I would say waterfalls, mountains, rivers, a boat in the river, maybe. or a bench on the bank of the river, something like that. So I uh, usually don't go too much in for animals or human beings or something like that. So I just prefer to keep it like just nature.
Just nature, like in
Mhm.
general. So everything it's a complement, not just one object
Yeah,
being
yeah.
the main.
Right. Or it could be buildings, it could be a cityscape. I don't like painting water too much, so I don't go into water as much, like big seas and I would paint rivers and waterfalls, but not too much of the sea. Like,
Okay.
so
That's
I
that's
prefer.
that's interesting.
Mhm.
And how long? Because you were mentioned before that that, like most of your work is like in big canvas. So usually, how long it will take you, like from from scratch until the paint it's completely done? How long is an average that it takes you?
I would say usually if it's for myself, because I take up commissioned artwork also, where like
Okay.
I take up orders like for people. So you have a deadline again over there. So like just recently, just day before yesterday, I completed a 20-inch by 16-inch artwork for my client from Pennsylvania, I think so. So that took me around, I'd say, uh, 25 to 30 days, so a month or so maybe to
Okay.
complete. Again, that the reason being it taking so long would be because the client has specifications, so you have to follow what he wants. Sometimes, like once or twice, it happened that I'm waiting for photographs from him so that I can incorporate those into the picture. So
Okay.
you have to wait again over there. So that takes up time. And if it's my personal project, I'd say for a 24 by 18-inch, it would take around again a month, I'd say. Maybe less also. It depends like how much you're painting throughout the day.
Yeah.
So sometimes for me, it's as I said, I just previously said that like I could get up at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night and just start
Mhm.
painting. So the reason being because sometimes is when you start something, you want to see the finished product.
Yeah.
So you're just eager to like kind of put everything there and see how it looks after it's done. So that's when you're trying to like speed it up kind of. So then I have finished artworks in maybe just 5 to 6 days also. So it's not that I haven't. The larger ones do take time, but so if it's a 36-inch by 24-inch, that could take around more than 2 months also.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. It's wide.
it's
It's very
big. Yeah,
big
it's
piece.
big for
And
me.
what's the largest painting that you have made so far
It's a
in time?
36 by 24.
Okay.
That is the largest one I've done. So
That's
I have a larger canvas which I was able to put something on it. So that's I think it's a 4 foot by 5 foot canvas. So I don't know how long. The main thing is it's going to take up a lot of time. So I haven't started that as yet, but I'm planning to start that.
That's very interesting. And when you take commission work, um, like because sometimes maybe like a customer might say, I want something very abstract. So you maintain on your landscape or cities, or do you take those challenges as well?
I do. Frankly, if you ask me, I don't like doing abstract artwork because I've never done it, and as I said, I'm more into photorealism. So I like creating pictures that look means I feel you shouldn't be able to recognize the difference between the photograph and my painting.
Okay.
So for me, abstract is totally like completely something different. Just I think about 5 months back, I did an artwork for a client of mine. She wanted a picture of Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, I think so.
Mhm.
So, but the only thing she said is she wanted it to look more like abstract. The only thing is you should be able to recognize that the person is Kobe Bryant. The rest of it should be abstract. That was a real challenge for me. That was an absolute challenge because for me, an abstract is like how do I just start like and I've never done that. But yeah, I found it quite challenging. It took me a lot of changes. Like every time I do something and show her a picture of that, and she said, "No, I want it to be more abstract because since I'm more into photorealism, whatever I try, it comes out like to look more realistic, which she didn't want." So it took me some time to do that. But yeah, she was really happy with the final outcome.
Okay, so like pretty much you can notice that that's the basketball player, but at the
Yeah, but at the
same
same time,
time you don't.
yeah, the background is completely abstract, and even the basketball players, like you could see only the front half of the person,
Mm-hmm.
the back half, like the back of his head and the back, his back, and one of his arms, one of his leg, because he was supposed to be in that pose where he's kind of throwing the ball into the basket. So
Yeah.
one leg was behind, so that leg was completely into the abstract of the background.
Oh
So
wow.
you could just see the front half kind of. That was quite strange for me as a person, but I managed to do it, and she was really happy with the outcome. So for
Yeah.
me, like I would say, I would definitely take up a challenge. For me, another challenge is portraits. So since I said I'm more into landscapes,
Mm-hmm.
painting portraits is quite difficult. I'm not like really into it. But just recently, a few months back, I decided no, this is one place where I need to work on. So I think May was the month when people graduate. So I had three of my friends who I just told them, take pictures of your graduation ceremony or you wearing the graduation gown and the cap and everything. And let me try and paint that. So one of them turned out really good. The other one was okay. Like I wasn't too happy with it, but my friend was happy. So I'm trying to do portraits also.
Okay.
I'd say I'm a little bit better now.
No, and that will give you more, become more skillful when it
Yeah.
gets into another type of painting, of course.
Yeah, and it helps getting commissioned artworks also because like getting commissions, most of them are usually for portraits. So I'd say 70% people would go in for a commissioned artwork of someone of their relatives or friends or something like that. There are less of landscapes which come in for commissions. That's why I said I need to work on that. So I'm getting better at it
Well,
slowly.
that's very good, and congratulations, because not everybody it's take the chance to
Yeah,
get out of the comfort zone on what
I
they
know.
in that aspect. And what else? And when you start painting, you mentioned that when you did the canvas, your first canvas. Um, how was that experience for you personally? Once you completed, how do you feel at that moment?
Oh my God, that is a really happy moment for me. Like when I finish it completely, it's very kind of I would say it's rejuvenating because it you feel that yes, I can do it. Like till then it's like when you're painting, when you're in the process of painting a canvas, till then it's like I don't know how it's gonna turn out. It may turn out good, it may not. Sometimes it happens it doesn't turn out good, and then you're not happy with it. But the only thing I do is I will never waste a canvas. Is like there are canvases where I have painted maybe three, four different pictures, one on top of the other.
Okay.
So it's like I remember I had a canvas where I painted a jungle and there were some I think three or four cheetahs in the picture. I finished it completely, but I wasn't happy with it, so I covered it up. And then I painted the Italian those the masks. I don't know what it's called, the opera masks that they wear on their faces during the opera.
Yeah, like the
Those
mask for the
decorated,
Venice
yeah.
festival.
Yeah, for those decorative ones,
Yes.
I painted a big one on the same canvas. Again, I was not happy with that. So then I covered it up again. Then I painted a landscape over that, which again I did not like. So I covered it up for the fourth time. And I have the painting with me right now. It's called The Monk, and it turned out beautiful. That was the fourth painting on one single canvas. So like I till I'm satisfied, I will just go on and on, like trying to make it better
Yeah.
or maybe just change it. But even the one I'm doing right now, it's the second painting on the same canvas. So I do that a lot, but I don't like wasting my canvases.
Well, that's important,
Yeah.
and do you go often to, to art exhibitions of your own
Uh,
artwork or not yet?
no, I haven't done that as yet.
Well,
No.
hopefully somebody watch the podcast and hey, I want her
I
on the.
have like I have my artworks in exhibitions, but again, all of them are virtual exhibitions. So I haven't as yet taken my physical artwork and gone to a physical exhibition.
Mhm.
I have had exhibitions in the past, but they're all like virtual ones because I think they were what's it called, the art expo in Switzerland.
Mhm.
It's so that one I've taken part 3 years in a line in that, but it's all virtual, totally virtual.
Okay.
Yeah, so and another two, I've taken part in a few exhibitions, other exhibitions, but similarly, they're all virtual.
They're all virtual. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully,
all
because sometimes when you get the into a exhibition where people come in, like for example, in Wynwood in South Florida in Miami, where they
virtual.
do like once a month a big opening of art galleries and
Yeah,
invite. There is it's interesting see people reactions depending from the
I
paintings.
would definitely like to do that one day. The only thing, the booths are quite expensive. So I haven't
Yep.
done
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Are
Uh,
expensive. Even if you're gonna put up just a single painting, it's quite expensive. So I have never thought of doing that as yet.
okay,
So
well.
for me, it's right now it's just virtual.
Exactly. And when the right moment will show up, well, then it will
Definitely,
be open
yeah,
for you, definitely. And
possibly.
do you have something that you can show us so people have an idea of some of your artwork?
Yeah, so like this, it's a small one. I usually don't paint on such small canvases.
Oh wow, it's
This
beautiful.
one is called The Barn in the Woods. So it's a painting of a little barn, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lonely barn, like somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So I just like the picture, so I just painted this one.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't paint on such small canvases. This is just a 10 by 8, 10-inch by 8-inch.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got another one. This is it's another landscape of mine. So again, it's a barn. You can see that.
Yes. It's like a lake house or something like that
Yeah,
with
it's a
some
lake.
boats.
So both these pictures, this one and this one too, both of
Okay.
them I've done maybe in 2019. So that's
2019.
the quality of work in 2019. I have another one. This is a larger picture. You can see it
Oh
clearly.
wow, beautiful.
Just go with that.
That's something that you will find more often in Tennessee, like while
Yeah, so
hiking.
this one, yeah, this is Tennessee.
Okay.
It's called In the Woods. That's the
Mhm.
name of the picture. And this place is called Sill Branch Falls. So it's a waterfall.
Okay.
And the waterfall is on the other side, and you've got these rocks, and there's a kind of rivers like trickling down from here. So I remember me and my son was there that time. We sat on this specific rock.
Yes.
A deer just came and he wanted to drink water. So I clicked a picture of that, and this is how it turned out.
Well, it's beautiful and definitely like I bet like once you get really close to the painting, it feels like you're watching like a zoom out, zoom
Right.
in picture.
Yeah. Then I have another one also. This one it's really big. It's if you can see it,
Oh wow, the Last Supper.
The Last Supper. So this picture I would say is the original Last Supper. Is It's very different from what I have painted.
Mm-hmm.
So this, what I have done here is I have created a stained glass window,
Okay.
the ones you have in churches. So I was kind of mesmerized the first time I saw a stained glass window because I'm a person who likes vibrant colors a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
you must have noticed my pictures are very bright and vibrant.
Yes.
I wanted to create the Last Supper, and as if it were a stained glass window with all those colors.
Well,
That's why it's so bright and colorful.
No, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful, and definitely you're very skillful uh, with all of your tools to make such a wonderful art.
Thank
And Ritina, and how people can get in contact with you via, I don't know if you have social media, or what's the best way for them to contact you?
I have a website. It's
Okay.
called
Hmm.
www.ritinaansurkarfinearts.com. It's all in small letters.
Okay.
That's my website. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram as Ritina Fine Arts.
Fine art. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. I will add those at the end of the video. So
yeah,
once
definitely.
everybody like check, go to the social media or go check out the website. Maybe you fall in love in something very beautiful that she might have available, or as
Thank
she
you.
mentioned, she can do some commission and you can have
Yeah, I
something
do
very,
commissions too. I'm on Saatchi Art, if you've heard of Saatchi Art.
yes.
So I'm on I've sold a lot of artworks on Saatchi Art. So there was one called Bella Cinque Terre, which is of Cinque Terre, which is the coastal region of Italy. So I sold that to that was sold to a person in Spain. That
Oh,
was
well.
my first overseas painting that went overseas.
You're going
For
international.
$50,000.
But that's fantastic. Every time that people will take your art, definitely that
Yeah,
will bright your day.
definitely. Of course.
All right. So, Ritina, thank you so much for being part of this channel of this, um, you know, letting know people how do you start and how everything it's for you as an artist. And I don't know if you want to leave a message to those younger audience or people that want, I'm tired of my day-to-day work, that they inspire, leave some inspirational words for them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would say follow your dreams first of all. And everybody like has some kind of a skill inside him. I feel there is no person on this planet who doesn't have any skill within him. Somebody has some skill or the other. It may be art, it may be singing, it could be dancing, it could be anything, or it could be just simple craft work. But everybody has that skill, and I feel if God has given you that skill, definitely try to make use of it somewhere in your life. It maybe it cannot become a profession because all these things, some if you really hate it, you can earn money, otherwise you can't. So you need to have a day job or something. But don't give up on that. Just continue practicing, just do it as a hobby at least, but don't just let go of that God's given gift. That's all I really like to say to everybody.
Beautiful words, and that will get into the heart, definitely. All right, Rutina, thank you so much for being in here. I wish you a fantastic day and keep on doing fantastic art. So it
Thank you.
goes all
Thank you
over
for
the
having
world,
me.
and see some of your, hopefully soon, some of your artwork in one of the finest museums in the world.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.